Good morning from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Wednesday, April 20. I think everybody will agree that removing the Sikaflex from the seams of wooden boat decks is not the most exciting aspect of preserving an old wood boat. So I was on the internet one day just sort of looking around and looking at seam compound removal, and came upon this site, teakdecking.com, where they offered this seam cleaning tool. Well, I bought it and looked at it, and it looked like it was a seam destruction tool, but as RJ will demonstrate now and explain what he's doing, you'll see that this may in fact change your whole outlook towards this process from now on. Go ahead, RJ.
I started by putting 1850 on the varnish and removing the varnish, and when I did that I noticed that it actually soaked into, or it softened the Sikaflex in these seams. And Mike was trying it with a heat gun. We hadn't tried it with a stripper yet, and I asked for the tool and grabbed it and started pulling down on the seams, and with the 1850
what do you think of that?
pull this right out, and I usually do, or I've been doing about one pass, and then I go back through after and just do a final scrape like that, and get a little bit of wood with the filler, but leaves a nice clean groove for you to put your Sikaflex back in.
Now this is the 53 Shepherd runabout, and somebody erroneously filled all these seams with white Sikaflex. First place, it should be yellow, not white. But more important, this particular model, 110S in 53, did not have any Sikaflex in the deck seams. They were meant to be finished bright. The only Sikaflex on this boat, and it must be yellow, goes into the long seam that runs from aft forward over the covering boards, across the transom, and up to the bow. But I think the best news is that a process that used to really consume an immense amount of time, our practice had been to set up a fence. Took two guys to hold the fence in place, and then we used a high-end mini router from Dremel. And
if you got lucky, it didn't walk.
That's right. Walking was a problem. Now this tool works on these seams beautifully because they're square seams. They're not V-shaped. I would think if your seams are V-shaped, and I'm not sure that teakdecking.com offers that tool. I haven't looked, to be honest. If they start out being V-shaped and you drag this tool through the channels, through the seams, they're going to be square afterwards. So how do we keep the deck seams from leaking if they're not going to be full of Sikaflex? Well, therein lies the trick. You purchase mahogany Sikaflex, from, in our case, from Jamestown, and we will be fashioning a very tiny application tool, and the goal is to lay just a bit of the mahogany Sikaflex in the bottom of each groove so that you seal it thereby, and then of course varnishing over it finishes the job. But whatever this tool cost, and I can't remember, I'll look it up and put a link on the write-up with this video. Whatever this tool costs, it's already paid for itself with just this boat. As you can see, as I've been speaking, RJ's been cleaning, and it just gives us a beautiful, beautiful result. Teakdecking.com also sells another tool, a seam sander that is essentially a kind of a knife blade shaped thing with a long wooden handle, and you put some stick-it sandpaper on each side, and you can use it to clean out the edges of your deck and sharpen that edge. So that's where we are today, April 20. Bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.